mental illness. And today we're going to keep it going. We actually have a couple of sisters who are filmmakers that will be on the show today. They will be talking about their new project. I seen season 1, which is great, and it's dealing with some of the issues that we've been talking about. So I want to welcome to the show Kimlynn and Tamika Archie. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hey, how are you doing?
Doing great. Like I said, we talked a little bit offline. Want to welcome y'all to the show. Before we get started, welcome the listeners to Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. And welcome to the show. Definitely like the show and everything. We are talking with Kimlynn and Tamika Archie. I've seen your project Behind Closed Doors, which I seen season 1. How did that project come about? Tell us about yourself first. And tell us about how you got into the film.
Well, I'm Tamika Archie, and we, well, this is something new for me, so this is new for the both of us. This is Kimlynn Archie right here. And we came up with Nuvysion Media with coming up, Kimlynn does photography, and if you hear me call her Stormy, it's because we once had a internet radio show, so that was her host personality name. Okay. So she's a photographer. For me, I just kind of do event planning, and we came up with the series and needed a company name.
Okay.
So Nuvysion Media, after throwing around a few names, we came up with Nuvysion Media, but it's spelled with the Y, and the Y is because we're 2 women.
Okay.
Of the companies. That's why it's spelled with the Y in Nuvysion. We started out with Behind Closed Doors as our first project, which was probably
like the wrong thing to do, because it was a huge project. In my thinking, I'm thinking that, how hard could it be? Ooh, was I wrong? It was a task within itself. But I'm proud of the project. I think we both proud of the project that we did actually produce. So, and it's so funny because I'm from Wichita Falls. She's from Dallas area. Not really that she's from this little small country town, but she like to say she's from Dallas. And so you have those different views coming together in this project, and I think you can actually see the difference as well. So,
okay, because I actually checked out season 1, and I was like, man, this is some of the stuff we've been talking about with the couple of counselors that we had on the show, Miss Kincaid and Deion Simmons, which it goes into effect because they both talked about things that happen to you as a child can affect your life today. And that's what the series is about. Season 1, definitely check it out. Where can people check it out at? We'll put that out there first, and then we're going to ask a couple of questions. And as people coming in, they may send questions in also. I checked it out on the Fire Stick on the OWN channel, which was real easy to set up and do. It's really a good series. How long have y'all, is this your first project, or have y'all been dealing with filming for a while? I know Kimlynn is actually a okay, so first project is actually a good project.
Yeah.
Y'all did a great job, because I've seen some other projects, you'd be like, they did that on a cell phone.
Yeah.
So y'all did good. It was great.
Shout out to YouTube, because we are YouTube graduates, so we appreciate YouTube.
YouTube alumni graduates here of 2015.
YouTube in the house. All right. And are y'all, besides Behind Closed Doors, are y'all looking at doing other projects or anything?
Well, yes, like currently I'm in the middle of writing a horror film. I actually had to put a pause on it for a little while because the pandemic happened, and by the time all that transpired, then we had to start writing season 2 for Behind Closed Doors. So that project won't actually come out till the later this year, probably at the beginning of next year for the horror film. And then I also have a project called the STIMA Awards. And the STIMA Awards will be on August the 22nd. And it's an award show that will be ran similar to the Oscars, the SAG Awards. It's for independent filmmakers, actors, actresses, and musicians, to give them that same platform. So it'll be announcers, it'll be live entertainment, just like you will see on TV. It'll be paparazzi, media. So I wanted to provide that platform because we work hard to get our projects out and our budgets and everything. So we shouldn't have to wait to make it to Hollywood in order to be recognized for our work and our hard work.
And I noticed that Behind Closed Doors, it had over 14,000 streaming the first 2 weeks.
First 2 weeks, yes.
Okay. That's really good for an independent film. And hopefully after today, you will get more streaming going on, because one thing we do on this platform is definitely support small business. And that's why when I first reached out to you, I was like, hey, I would love to have you on the show. Want to be able to talk about your shows that's coming up and all of this. So I definitely enjoyed the film. I was like, man, this is wonderful. And I'm going to say it. So both of you plays in the film. Kimlynn, you play.
Oh, that's funny. I guess it's the first person.
Oh, you wasn't in here when a while ago. I had asked. I was like, "Are you the mean chick in the film?" You still there?
She's the mean in real life.
But it actually good, because dealing with abuse as a child, it can have you as a protector, like you were for your sister growing up. Then when you got older, to basically let someone try to control you, and you had to continue to protect them because of what you went through as a child. I'm not going to give away much of the film, but definitely check it out. So you said you're working on 2 other projects, and one is dealing with award show. What is the other one dealing with? The other project you said you was working on?
Well, the other one that I'm doing, it's just I've always wanted to do a horror film.
Okay, horror film.
Because I'm scared. I'm scared. So I figured, hey, let me go ahead and put this to work and see, how scary I can make myself, right? So I actually am doing that project, but Stormy's doing a project as well. It's kind of like a lip sync production, kind of like a play.
Okay.
But they'll be lip syncing and also acting out the parts of the song. And that one is Behind Bedroom Doors. Is pertaining to the stages of love.
Okay. Now, are y'all writing all these stories by yourself, or do you have writers to help you, or do you find people to help you? Write them all yourself.
Not saying that, sometimes we do need help now. We'll call, the character, the actor that is playing the character, and be like, okay, in this situation, how would you handle this situation in real life?
Okay.
And kind of get pointers like that. So, and then I can write from there. But for the most part, we do most of the writing ourselves.
Okay. Because I'm asking that question because we have some authors that actually follow the show and stuff like that, and they may be looking at trying to get their books turned into a movie or something. Right. So will you be able to work with someone like that, or you want to strictly stick to all the writing stuff?
We actually been approached by a gentleman who wanted us to put his book into a film. And one thing I can say for myself personally is I have to be interested in it in order for me to bring it to life. And yeah, I mean, I tried to follow it I tried to. It was kind of hard. I tried to. But I mean, He may have some others though, but it was hard for me to kind of follow it. But we give everybody. That's one thing with Nuvysion is that we don't want to contain everybody to ourselves. We want to be able to everybody to elevate. So if it's something that we can't particularly do, we actually do have crew members that are part of Nuvysion that they may be able to tackle it as well.
Okay. All right. And do y'all, like I said, we have a lot of authors on the show that actually does it. And some have expressed to me about trying to get their book published, not doing self-published. They trying to find agents. Do y'all have access to stuff like that? Or is that another realm that y'all may be able to look at in the future?
I have a couple of people that I know when it comes out to publishing, but we really hadn't like tapped into them. I talk to them every now and again, but I hadn't really tapped into them here late. It's been a few years. And
it is something that I want to do. I do want to, because that's part of the media group. It's all facets. It's photography, it's plays, movies, short films, even books. So that's one of the things that, I have looked into, because I actually thought about making Behind Closed Doors an actual book, because I can get really, really graphic in a book. I can do a lot more with a book than I can with the film.
Yeah, it was some scenes in there. Everything good things. I was like, okay. No, but it was actually, like I said, support these sisters. They are a small company. Definitely download the OWN channel and definitely go and watch. I believe it said Fire Stick, the OWN channel, Roku.
Yeah, it's on the Apple apps on Roku, and then they can go to the actual website, which is www.theonchannel.com, and they can look at it from there. Okay. I actually jumped on the site today, and I was actually amazed with some of the additional content. And so we have the On Channel has a new president, which is Brian J. White. And so if anybody don't remember him, he was one of the guys. I don't know why I remember this movie just off the top of my head, but it's Stomp the Yard. And he was actually one of the lead frat brothers. So he was in Cabin in the Woods. So so he's actually the president of the network now. And he actually has a few films on there, and a lot of other known actors have placed films on that network channel as well. So we're actually excited that we're a part of that family right now.
Okay, Brian J. White. I believe I know exactly who you're talking about. That's the guy that played in a couple of Tyler Perry films.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, with Tasha, her husband or something.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely support the channel. And I would assume the channel is minority owned, and definitely go out and support it. I did subscribe to it. It was worth it. I can't wait for season 2. When do you think season 2 is going to drop? I know the release news that you sent me said November. Will season 2 of Behind Closed Door drop before then, or when will it drop?
It'll be November. Yeah, last year we dropped the first episode the Thanksgiving week last year, and so this year that's what our plan is. Again, is to drop the first 2 episodes of season 2 Thanksgiving week.
Okay, so definitely look out for it. Coming up in November, Behind Closed Doors season 2. If you have questions, we can take live chat right now, and we can definitely get some questions asked. How do you find your actors and everyone that is part of the film? Do you have an agent that you go through, or can they contact y'all directly?
Yes. So for season 1, we actually kind of just people that we knew, friends, and then they had friends. So that's how we kind of got the actors we got for season 1. We kind of looked at the characters and we was like, you know what? so-and-so would be able to pull that off. And it just kind of went from there. But season 2, we actually do have a casting call because we added on 21 new roles for season 2. So we have an actual casting call that they can go to backstage.com and be able to see the what we have listed, all the roles and the descriptions, and they will be able to apply from there, because we're going to start, May 31st actually starts our first round of auditions for the roles, and then we'll just kind of going from there. But we have 11 people that we're auditioning on the 31st.
Oh, okay. I also have your information strolling in the comments for people can see it. They have your website, both of y'all names, and I also just put backstage.com on there for they can also go there to try to become one of your stars.
Tell us directly.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, and they can email us as well if they have a headshot. I've had like several emails where people have just contacted me directly, or they've gone to our website and actually submitted a request from there, and it sent me an email, and I set them up as well. So they have several avenues. This is backstage.com gives them which characters are available and the description, versus them just sending me information, say, hey, I want to be a part of your film. Then I have to kind of tell them, well, this is what we have available. This is the script.
Yeah. And check out the film. It's definitely a good view, because in the film you also hit on abuse, sexual abuse, mental illness, drug addiction, and also the experience that kids have faced watching their parents getting into arguments, getting abused, and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. I will continue to support this channel and also these young ladies, because we need all the support we can give, because it's hard for minorities to get into the film industry without knowing someone. So I definitely appreciate y'all for the project that you came out with, and hopefully a lot of people would definitely pay attention to it and support it as well. And
that's the plan. We want people to view it. I guess that's our main goal, was that we just want people to view it and be able to understand the message that we were trying to convey. And that's where, Stormy's editing and everything came in, because of putting all the pieces together, because filming it was hard. It wasn't easy. So I'm not going to lie and say it was. But once you get all the pieces together, now it's time for the editor to be able to put those pieces together to actually make it a story that the audience can actually understand and relate to. So that's where, a lot of that came from, Stormy putting that together in order for it to be fused together for people to kind of like it right at this point. So that's the main thing when it comes to this series, and was the actual story, and for us to convey it out in the way that it needed to be conveyed out.
Okay. Now, Stormy, did you do the filming yourself, or you hired a crew in, or?
No, Tamika and I did most of the filming, and then we had some of our cast members actually give us a hand in filming when either one of us was in the film. Yeah, me saying film too. It's a film series in the series, so we had that help. So, like I said, we did majority of everything, but we did have, we were blessed to have help with our cast members to come out and support us and say, okay, you need this, you need this. We had a young lady, her name is Stephanie, and she helped us find locations. Right? We didn't even ask. She just was saying, hey, I have this and I have that, and so we was like, cool. She helped us out. So that's the thing I believe is the best thing about our company, is that we give everybody a chance and everybody an avenue to build themselves up as well.
Oh, okay. So will you continue doing it like that, or will you be looking for an outside company that can help you? Or
we'll keep on doing it. Yeah, we'll keep doing it ourselves. That's you keep more control in a way. Yeah. So we start going to outside sources. If they're not on the same page with you and your vision, well, then it's gonna become their vision.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
You're working on that budget.
Yeah,
ball on the budget.
had that budget.
It's ridiculous.
Now I will say, some of the restaurants y'all visited, it was nice. I was like, hey, up in Louisville and their Smoking Jacket. I've been there several times. I love it. Love Rosalind. How's she doing out there?
We went to Napoli and Grapevine.
Yeah.
And Black and Bitter.
Yeah, Black and Bitter is in Cedar Hill, Duncanville.
Okay.
Yeah. I always say the soda, but it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the locations we was extremely blessed for because the owners were very nice in allowing us to use the locations as long as we, put their locations as far as advertisement purposes. And so, and once they heard the story, they jumped on it. Right.
Yeah,
and so they got it.
And it was one Italian restaurant I went to. My wife was like, "Ooh, that look good."
It's in Grapevine. It is really good.
Oh, okay,
Grapevine.
Good. Okay, well, she working out that way, so I'll let her know.
Yeah, it's on Main Street in Grapevine, and it's actually really good. We've gone several times. That's why we chose that location.
Oh, okay, that's downtown Grapevine, where it's a buffet place over there, and another place. We used to go over there all the time and eat at Back Porch.
Second Claus over there as well.
Which one?
It's Dino's Steak and Claw.
Okay, I'm thinking the one that had a brunch on Sundays or something. It's one of them over there we've been to.
That little marketplace that we went for brunch that was right there in the plaza. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Where you and Tammy went.
I can't remember the name. Oh, I know where that was.
We used to eat there all the time. I go to the farmer's market over there. I used to go there all the time. But we've moved since then, so we don't live nowhere in that area anymore.
I understand that. So we definitely going to support it. Hopefully our listeners support it also. And definitely tell a friend about the movie. Tell a friend about it. It's a short series, but it's a lot of message in it. And it may be able to help some. We have your information strolling on the comments where people can get in contact with y'all. And also, we still have the Texas Abuse Line, the suicide line information also strolling on the comments, because this film is dealing with all of those issues. And that is something that we need to think about. I say it all the time in the Black community. We feel like we don't need counseling, but we do. Regardless of what age you are, we still do need counseling. So definitely support this film. And the next two films, the horror film and the award show, I forgot the name of them, that you're coming out with. And also the lip singing one, which a musical, I think it'll be real good to come from our community. I think it will be a pretty good show. Other than that,
and I think I'm gonna have it streamed. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You say you're gonna have it. It broke up on me.
I think I'm gonna have it streamed as well. The actual behind bedroom. I think I'm gonna have it streamed as well so people can see it all over.
Okay, that'd be great. Well, I would definitely support the OWN channel, not OWN as in Oprah Winfrey, OWN channel, OWN channel, the OWN channel. So definitely support it. There's a lot of independent films on this channel, not just behind closed doors, but definitely support behind closed doors. Because when I got into it, I'm like, okay, I finished the whole series in one day. So it was good. So definitely support it. On your next projects, I hope that y'all come back and visit with us again. And we won't be in this pandemic. And y'all can come out to the studio and then we can talk live and free. This is a platform that we give the people opportunity to talk about any and everything, whatever is on your mind. There's no judgments here, no matter what. So I appreciate y'all for coming on the show today. And y'all have anything else you want to add? Or you said they can email you.
The only thing
go ahead.
They can email us at Nuvysion Media Group at gmail.com. So they can send us headshots. They can send, if they have a resume, they can send it. If they have a monologue, they can send that as well. But yeah, I'll reach out to them same day that they send it out. And if they had not been to backstage.com, then I can tell them what roles are available.
Okay. And that's Nuvysion Media Group?
Yes, at gmail.com.
Okay, I'm putting that on the stream now so they can know. So definitely reach out to them if you have a headshot. If you're thinking about getting into becoming an actor, definitely send it in. Sometimes you have to start small before you get your big roles. And this is a role because I can tell you now from what I've seen from these sisters, and she said it herself, they did the filming, they did the editing, and it looked better than most small projects I ever seen. I would think it was professional done. So I definitely will continue to support it because I've seen some small films. I'm like, ooh, all of them not good. This one, it was actually.
I mean, and it's what I was saying, the thing about it is, some of them are, but that's where, you have to do your research, because neither one of us have formal training in the film industry, right? So you go look, you read books, you go to YouTube and you list people who put their, out there for you. That's what they had out there for. Tell you what lenses to use, tell you what settings to put your cameras on, to make sure you have a good quality. Even the editing part, it's people out there that's willing to help. But for, some of us being hard-headed, we were like, I can do it. And filmmaking is not an easy thing. It is not. It looks easy. We make it look easy, but it is difficult.
The only thing that in this series that was probably a little easy for us was actually writing the story. Mm-hmm. And it's because it was based off of pretty much off of true live events, right? So it was a little easier for us to write that. And we didn't have to be too imaginative with it. So that was the only easy part. The hardest part was the actual filming portion and the editing portion, and anything that just deals with film in itself. That was probably the hardest. And with Stormy being the director and in the film, and film and all it,
editing.
Doing it all.
So trying to tell everybody what to do, and then she's running back behind, and she's wait, and then so that it was a lot for us to kind of juggle a little bit, but we just had to do the best that we could to get this project out because we pretty much had a message and a vision with this project.
Yes, and it's crazy because we're actually we have some shows coming up later on, which I will talk to y'all offline about it, and maybe y'all can be a part of that show, and it's going to be very interesting, and hopefully y'all will join us on that show and be able to. We have some people out of LA listening to us right now. Welcome to the show, Charles. Charles Hunt out of LA. So this is not just we're coast to coast from LA, Mississippi, Georgia, all the way to New York. So we're coast to coast on this. No, it's kind of 1:00 there, so he probably just getting up because he don't have nothing else to do. But we appreciate you for joining in. And hey, when you're in a pandemic, and I know California is shut down quite a bit. Shut down quite a bit. Welcome Carolyn to the show. And she's also on the show listening. I guess with the internet, because normally I don't come on this late, but I cannot see all my messages. She just texts me. Welcome Carolyn to the show. So she would definitely a long time listener. If you have comments that I cannot see, once we get offline, I go on Facebook, I respond to them, and if it's directly for y'all, I will forward it to you. You still there? Kimley.